Welcome back to another Alliance War. For Loki, we are currently ranked 25 in the Platinum 1 bracket, which means we are only 25 ranks away from hitting the highest bracket, Master, which has some crazy rewards. And we are trying to get there. Those rewards are absolutely worth it, which means each and every single one of these Alliance Wars matters so much. If we lose this war, we're going to drop some ranks. If we win this war, it's possible that we might sneak into that Master bracket, or at least be very close to it. So we're going up against the VNese Alliance, the Vietnamese Alliance, and I'm taking in my normal trio here of Stark, Spidey, Blade, and Void. First node up is just a 4-star skill champion, and this node is nothing too crazy. It's Limber, Enhanced, Special 1, and I'm really not too sure who I'm going to be fighting on this node. I've seen Kingpin here before. I was thinking it might be like a Black Panther or something like that. Really not too sure, but I'm about to boost up like crazy, which means this node, I ain't worried about it. I just popped a health boost, a champion boost. Even my Stark Spidey here, who normally doesn't have a lot of health, has 27,000. And yeah, I'm a 5-star going up against this 4-star, so it doesn't really matter who it's going to be. I fully expect to just run right over and then crush them. But watch this, watch this. I'm going to back out. He's going to wind up a heavy attack. And he wasn't even close to me, man. How did that happen? I was freaking out when that happened a little bit, because I'm like, alright, this dude wasn't even close to me. I tumbled away from him before he charged up that heavy attack. And of course he nails me with it, man. I was super surprised by that. The rest of this fight, though, the rest of the fight goes pretty well. After that little mistake there at the beginning, he throws a special one. I evade back the first part, and, you know, the auto-evade Stark Spidey and everything. Not too worried about it. I'm also happy that he didn't go invulnerable there. I was pretty thankful for that. But in either way, he would have been dead in a few seconds. So, first fight, a little bit of a warm-up fight. Not so bad. Now, this next node scares the crap out of me. It scares the crap out of me. I mean, I fought. It's stun immune, enhanced abilities, and I know going into it, this is going to be Medusa, man. I looked at the profile before joining war. I see he's got this Medusa. I don't see Medusa anywhere else on the map. It's going to be Medusa on this node, and she's only Sig 60, which means it's only or Sig 40, which means it's a 60% chance to auto parry me. But I have to play it safe. I have to play it as if I'm going to get auto parried. You know, every single time that she triggers her auto block. So I pop a 10% attack boost here. I'm also going to pop this invulnerability boost. In a moment, you're going to see me try to pop this the enhanced power start boost, where you start with 1 bar of power. And I didn't realize that you can only have one of these 3-minute boosts active at a time. You can't stack these things up. This is my first time trying to stack them, and I canceled that out thinking, oh no, I want the invulnerability more than I want that power start one. So the way to play against this Medusa, if you're not familiar how her auto block works, if she has 3 or more Furies, and in this case she's only going to go up to a maximum of 3, but if she has 3 Furies, if you attack into her 2 times, so if you get like a 2-hit combo, she has the chance to auto block you, and because it's another player who has the parry mastery, that auto block is an auto parry. If you're fighting against, like, you know, in a quest somewhere, Medusa in a quest, you don't really have to worry about the parry part. You can just, you know, attack into her. She'll block and everything, but it's no big deal. But that's what makes Medusa hard here, is that she can auto parry you. And you're going to see me back out at times when she has 2 Furies, because if you attack into her and you're doing a combo as she has 2 Furies, and she gains a 3rd one, you know, she can still auto parry you as long as you do 2 attacks in a row. So you have to be very careful about that. So I mean, I'm getting backed into the corner here a little bit. The way I play it is I try to play it a little bit safe against Medusa. I do attack into her while she's blocking sometimes. But for the most part, I think it's a little bit risky unless you're confident that she's going to be blocking, if she's playing passively or something like that, or defensively. Otherwise, I really don't like to do that. I'd rather just, you know, pin myself against the wall here if need be. Dodge her heavy attacks. You know, Blade's healing is really good. It's even this 4-star is stronger than the 5 stars chip damage while I'm blocking. So I'm not worried about taking the chip damage while blocking. I'm just more worried and focused on not, you know, not getting myself auto parried. So of course it's good to give yourself that distance if you can, as I, you know, just attack into a block. But like I said, I don't really like to do that so much. And I actually prefer to you know, parry, even though she's stun immune here. If you can get that well-timed blocking, you still apply the bleed portion, you still apply the stun, and that'll give you the power gain that you need to deal additional damage or heal as needed. So yeah, she ended up going down. Very happy about that. Like I said, this node scares the crap out of me. I already know my next war. I've already peeked at it, and the next war, I'm also fighting a Medusa. So hopefully, when I upload the next video, I can say the same thing, that I got through it no problem. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't done that fight yet, so we'll see. We shall see. Alright, but this next node here, this is the Recovery Buffet Limber node, and it was a 6-star Cosmic, and I'm thinking, it's who is it? Who could it be? Could it be Angela? I mean, of course, we're looking at King Groot right now, but I was thinking it could be Angela, because Angela does have some kind of healing, and doesn't need to be awakened to be good as a 6-star or whatever. She's not a villain, so maybe people trying to counter, the people who run blades through this node, maybe it'd be Angela. And it turns out it is King Groot here. And I'm not too worried about this because King Groot, he really doesn't hit all that hard. I actually got hit at one point, and I had the invulnerability boost on, and thank goodness for that, man, because I could have taken hundreds of damage, just hundreds of damage, guys. But yeah, really, I'm not too worried about this guy's damage output. All I'm trying to do is watch his buffs. He's not even awakened, so he doesn't have the healing, which actually that hurts me a little bit. If he had the healing, this fight would end up taking less time, as I'd be reversing that healing every time he went to his healing phase. King Groot, whenever his Furies are not active, if he's awakened, he starts to heal during that cooldown for his Furies. But yeah, like I say, he's not awakened, and all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of his Furies to send him into this phase. Because his Furies, that's what shrugs off all the debuffs that I put on him. And I have the Resonate Mastery, which means every time I trigger Resonate on him, that gets rid of his Furies, actually. So Resonate helps out a lot for this fight, believe it or not. Allows me to keep him in that healing phase more often than not, and allows me to apply debuffs to him cleanly. But yeah, eventually I get Fear of the Void and the Purify debuff on him, and from here it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I could have just baited out more buffet heals to finish him, but I ended up playing slightly more aggressive at the end, intercepting and finishing him off. So that node, once I saw King Groot, wasn't too worried about it. If it was Angela, I don't think I'd be too worried about it either. Just because I think Void can counter both of those pretty well. But I've never seen Angela on that node, so I don't know. I don't know how that'd work. Alright, anyway, next fight is a 5-star skill champion. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be seeing here. I'm actually thinking this might be Kingpin also. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the profile. The node itself is nothing too crazy. A little bit of power gain, enhanced health and life and everything like that, or health and attack, I should say. I didn't see a skill champion there, so I'm not really sure who this node is, but either way I'm going to go with Stark's Bite, and I'm still boosted up, so hopefully it's nothing too crazy. And it's Black Panther Civil War, so alright, that's fine. Just going to bait out heavy attacks. I'm not going to do any kind of intercepting, just because as he has that reflective buff to him, if you intercept and you miss, you could take just so much damage, man. So it's not even worth it. Just going to be baiting out specials, and whenever he doesn't have a special, bait out heavy attacks until I get to my special 2. Now, I think it's easier to evade the special 1 if you do a 4-hit combo. But sometimes I was doing 5 hits just to push him over that threshold of power. That way he did throw a special attack. But in any case, like I said, I got to my special 2, I hit him with that, and he goes down. And that is actually my final fight for this war. Sorry that I didn't get in more fights. For those of you who like to see the last 2 fights of this path, or potentially a mini boss or something like that. But yeah, that was it. That was it. We actually did come out on top of this war. Happy to say. It was definitely a close war, though. Shout out to the VNese guys, the Vietnamese guys, for putting up a good fight. But we did happen to come out on top this time. We are close rated with those guys, though, so I'm sure we're going to see each other again somewhere throughout the season, and we'll see what happens in the rematch. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.